Today is all about motivational direction and establishing whether you are work towards pleasure or away from pain. My name is Christina Lennon and I'm a personal development expert, and I really like to make sure that I make a difference to people's bottom line, because that's what personal development is all about, in my opinion. So, motivational direction. Are you towards pleasure or away from pain? Typically, if you work towards pleasure, then you are targets orientated. So anybody that works towards pleasure works towards a target quite easily. If you work away from pain, then you generally need a deadline. So it's either targets or deadlines. It depends. And as well, if you work with a team, some people will work best if you give them a target. Some people you have to give them a deadline. And it's the best way, really. The people that are really motivated generally work towards pleasure. That's not me, unfortunately. I work away from pain. I work to deadlines, so I have to give myself deadlines. Just like when I decided to do this live, if I wanted to prepare and everything, I would have never have done it. So I had to put out a notification that I was going to do a live. I had to schedule it, because then I knew I'd go through with it, because I work away from pain, which unfortunately is the weakest. So I really have to manage myself well. But people that work towards pleasure, they work well with targets, but they have visions of the future. So see which category you put yourself in. People that work towards targets, towards pleasure, quite easily will work with vision boards. They are savers and they get excited by goals. And people that work away from deadlines, work away from pain, they work to deadlines, and they are problem solvers, troubleshooters. They like safety and security. But unfortunately, they can be a bit more directionless, because they instantly just work away from pain. So away from pain generally is in any direction. Now, do anybody know which you are? Do you know which you are? Do you know whether you work towards pleasure or away from pain? And do you manage yourselves effectively? For instance, vision boards. There's a lot of people out there that sort of say you should have a vision board. This works really well for the towards pleasure people that work towards targets. So you put a picture of a Ferrari up on a vision board or a nice house, and they will work really easily towards that. But for those of us that work away from pain, you're best off with an eviction letter or a red letter from your credit card company. But vision boards for people that work away from pain, like myself, they need to be more in depth. So, for instance, instead of a vision board, if I wanted a Ferrari, instead of just having a picture of a Ferrari up on a board, I would have to order the manual. I want to order the manual and look through it. I want to go and see the Ferrari. I need to be able to smell it. I need to be able to touch the leather. I need to know how long it's going to be to order the Ferrari. I need to know what the payments are. I need to know every bit. So I absolutely flood all of my senses with it. For instance, if you want to buy a new house, instead of just having a picture of the house, you need to know the mortgage payments. You need to know what the bills are. You need to make that and create it and make it real for yourself. So really consider which you are. Are you towards pleasure or away from pain? Now, if you're towards pleasure, you tend to be inspired quite easily. So you might listen to an inspirational speaker, and that will motivate you to do better. Whereas with the away from pain, they tend to work from desperation. So it's only when the desperate times, they'll really come out and achieve. And if they achieve their goals, if they start to earn the money or start to achieve their goals, very often they can start to lose sight of their priorities. and they start to become apathetic or inconsistent. So when you work away from pain, you need to be really, really careful planning, and you need to take more care, but you are better problem solvers. I think towards pleasure, those kinds of people don't recognize obstacles, and they can sometimes run head on into issues because they haven't seen obstacles that are there. So I have 5 calls that I'm giving away for free consultation calls over the next week. So if you want to book a consultation call, I'm going to be putting a link in the comments, and it's first come, first served basis. But my passion is about improving people and making a difference to the bottom line. So if you want to find out more about your motivational direction or what you can do, then book a consultation call and we can chat further. But hope this was useful to you. Bye for now.